Given their well-known animosity, who would have imagined that Jason Lee and Nicki Minaj could ever come to an agreement on anything?
Worst concert I've ever seen, and that's not just because I don't like her. Some people just can't accept the fact that their time has passed. And so they're using all these young girls. Nicki, let me just say her name. Political, but Nicki's using all these young girls to be able to leverage their name because she fell off.
Their dispute became so intense that in September 2023, Jason Lee made a serious and widely shared accusation against Nicki Minaj, saying that she and her husband had either put a hit on him or were attempting to have him killed. He even claimed of proof, which he planned to provide to the district attorney. Yes, I am aware that Nicki Minaj and Jason Lee have been at each other's throats for years, but in this industry, I suppose my business partner is also my enemy. You know what? There have been claims that Nicki and Jason Lee might be working together to oppose Jay-Z.
Nicki to be the queen that she could be. I want her to be respected and regarded the way that she deserves to be for her talent. But, nonetheless, you gotta own what you own. All right.
What a wonderful moment to live. All right, everyone. Music, as you are all aware, Jason has been outspoken about gatekeepers in the industry, such as Jay-Z. In fact, he has made a number of accusations against Jay-Z that have caused him to run afoul of the Carters. Jay-Z, I know you're watching because you got people calling me. He said in an episode of his podcast, claiming that Jay-Z had been sending individuals to call him and caution him against talking about him. Don't call me anymore. You're welcome to give me a call. You are aware of how to obtain my phone number. People are phoning me because of you. This is going to go viral, so give me a call. I'll let the audience know that all of the calls I've been receiving have been about him. Should I go missing? In other words, this was the first time that Jason publicly identified himself as a victim of the Roc Nation machinery that Nicki Minaj has been tweeting about. At this point, he began to align with those who have been exposing Jay-Z and Roc Nation, such as Jaguar Wright and Nicki Minaj. Music, according to what people have been saying, the peace treaty rumors between Jason and Nicki Minaj began when Jay-Z chose Kendrick Lamar over Lil Wayne for the 2025 Super Bowl. Naturally, Nicki vented her emotions, but Jason didn't just make fun of Nicki's rage. Instead, he concentrated his attention on the injustice of the industry gatekeeping. Fans also took note of the fact that, unlike when Nicki lashes out, he didn't go for the jugular. Music, alright, I know you'll also point out that a few months ago, Jason Lee was supporting the hashtag #ApportNicki petitions that went viral and her contentious political views. Music, in addition, he claimed that following her tirade following the Grammys, she had an odd fixation with D.
Basically, Nicki is obsessed with right? She says Christy Teigen has one. She's called me a she's called Don Lemon a I don't know what her obsession with are. But, here's the deal. I'm not thinking of Nicki Minaj today. I think that what she's doing, just the troping, the continuous disregard for the LGBT community, for her fans, for humanity, for everybody, it's an embarrassment to the culture. So I'm not really thinking of Nicki. And I think Billy Porter told my reporter the other day on the red carpet exactly how we're all.
However, pay closer attention to Jason's most recent commentary. His tone music changed in late 2025 and early 2026, and he began portraying Nicki Minaj as a pawn being exploited by greater political and industry forces rather than only labeling her insane. Music. In fact, on the Jason Lee show, he started talking about Nicki's political antics, music, as desperate attempts by someone who has been routinely excluded from the business elite by individuals like Jay-Z. Over the past few months, Jason has been vehemently criticizing these gatekeepers. However, Nicki has also been outspoken about how big names in the industry, including Jay-Z, have attempted to prevent or cancel her success song in order to give preference to Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. You see, Nicki had previously gone on a tirade accusing Tidal and Jay-Z of defrauding her and attempting to quiet her with $1 million. She was correcting the record over her involvement in the selling of music Tidal through Jay-Z's music streaming service, accusing him and Steve Stout of spreading false information. She even stated that she believed Jay-Z was spending a lot of money to get Megan Thee Stallion's age to do better than Bigfoot when it came out. More recently, Nicki hinted once more that Jay-Z and his friends had undermined her career, claiming that music is the true reason she doesn't release music. She added that an unidentified individual had been attempting to harm her marriage to her husband, Kenneth Petty, and that attempts to turn Petty against her had involved deceit and high-ranking friends. Furthermore, Nicki Music claimed that she and her followers' social media accounts were being shadow banned in an obvious attempt to damage her reputation. Additionally, she had receipts demonstrating the destruction of the function that allowed her to show people what she liked. Additionally, Nicki reposted a number of messages from fans complaining about unexplained technical issues they had specifically encountered on the platforms she was using at the time. She also reposted an interview conducted by Deary Hadley, the estranged daughter of Roc Nation CEO Desiree Perez. In the interview, Dem, who was suing her mother for sending her to a mental institution, claimed that Roc Nation had essentially taken away Nicki Minaj's right to free speech. She added that Nicki's family was targeted by Roc Nation.
Her husband has been attacked by them.
Her infant has been attacked. Additionally, it ought to frighten Americans.
She has been through some trauma and some abuse with Roc Nation, with Desiree Perez, with other individuals. What I can say about that is I've witnessed and heard a lot of things. Again, is hearsay, right? So it doesn't even matter. And that's why I'm not even going to go into detail with that. If I have the opportunity to speak with Nicki, would love to connect with her on that. But I've kind of seen, just like you firsthand, how they've they've abused her. They've abused of her platform. They've abused her talents. They've abused of her freedom of speech. They've her family, they've attacked her husband, they've attacked her child, and it's sad. It's really sad. Somebody so resourceful, talented, high profile as Nicki Minaj being targeted. It should really scare the American people. It should really scare you guys too, right? Because I'm the daughter, so it's like at this point, if it's happening to me, I think she's really outspoken, and I'm grateful that she's being outspoken on it, because I think she's almost seeing it like, well, it happened to me, it's happening to her, let me speak up on it, nobody is safe right now.
In other words, it's assumed that Jason Lee and Nicki Minaj are working together in secret to expose Jay-Z, which is why they aren't criticizing each other as much as they used to. Actually, there have been rumors that Jason has been claiming behind the scenes that Beyoncé and Jay-Z actually released a professional hit song about Nicki Minaj. To be fair, Jay-Z and Beyoncé have previously been accused of hitting other musicians. Labels were practically battling to sign Blue Cantrell, a successful singer with an incredible voice. However, in 2004, following a number of hits, Arista Records inexplicably neglected to extend her contract. For example, how can you overlook extending the contract of one of your best vocalists? In any case, Blue discovered that she had not earned nearly as much money at the label as she should have around this time, when they conveniently forgot to extend the contract. Additionally, Blue stated in an interview on You Know I Got Soul that she wished she had a mentor to help her navigate the process. Then, in 2012, one of the last times we heard about Blue, there were rumors that she was brought to a hospital in Santa Monica for psychological assessment when police were on the scene after onlookers saw her yelling in the street. She was apparently yelling that someone had given her toxic gas, and the incident lasted long enough for someone to call the police. Now, it's said that she had a falling out with Beyoncé since Jay-Z apparently desired her, which contributed significantly to her absence. In fact, there were rumors that Jay-Z and Blue were romantically involved. However, Blue claimed that there was no relationship between her and Jay when questioned about it several times. She did, however, confess to Wendy Williams that she was deeply attracted to him.
I think they're in love.
Is politics speaking?
No, I really do think they're in love. I have a big crush on him, though. I'll tell you that much.
Did you find him?
Still have a crush on him now. No, I didn't. No, I'm really selective about it.
What?
Really. I really like him, though. And I don't care who he's dating. I always had a crush on him, though.
If he came in right now and we were all not here.
What?
I'm just saying, you're in New York.
Yeah, okay. And what
And you ran into him and everything was right. Would you make that play?
I wouldn't turn it down. Let's just put it that way.
In addition to Blue, she was one of the most popular musicians at the time. Her first album, Maya, was published by Intercope Records in 1998, and she went on to record 2 more studio albums, Fear of Flying and Mood Ring. Throughout her career, Maya sold over 3.2 million albums in the US alone, won multiple accolades, including a Grammy nomination, and had hits that topped the charts. Music, nevertheless, there were rumors that Maya and Jay-Z were romantically involved after working together on the remix of her popular song Best of Me, similar to what happened with Blue in the past. She was also undermined by Music because she and the Sayers didn't get along. In actuality, there is a long list of individuals who have reportedly been banned and ruined by the Carters. I am referring to individuals such as Rihanna, Amory, Tiara Marie, Nia, Carrie Hilson, and Music. Nicki has been talking about all of this sabotage, honey. She has made it abundantly evident in song that Jay-Z has negatively impacted her career. However, she has recently made outrageous, unsubstantiated claims that prominent personalities in the industry, such as Jay-Z, are complicit in sacrificing young people in order to hold on to power. Additionally, she especially criticized Jay-Z's previous relationship with Aaliyah for having an age difference and claimed that he started seeing Beyoncé when she wasn't yet of legal age. If you ever vote Demon Rat again, you're just as soulless as they are and will perish, Nicki wrote beside a meme of Jay-Z, Aaliyah, and Beyoncé, further linking her industry complaints to politics. In any case, it's being said that Jason Lee is aware that the Jay-Z gatekeeping story is currently one of the most widely shared subjects on the planet. Jason is a businessman first and foremost, while being Nicki's biggest critic. In other words, it would be the largest media play of his music career if he changed sides to reveal the industry apparatus that Nicki alleges is oppressing her. Consider it. Nicki needs a media spokesperson who isn't scared of the gatekeepers or the corporate structures because she is currently dealing with a ton of news about her personal, music, life, and political actions like that wild citizenship gold card. In essence, music fans are observing that Jason's attitude toward Nicki has changed from being hazardous to being misinterpreted by the industry. Additionally, if Jason offers the unfiltered platform and Nicki gives the insider information about how the industry supposedly functions, they may craft a counter-Rock Nation story that would upend hip-hop's underpinnings. Imagine Nicki naming music names in her first interview. She performs it on Hollywood Unlocked as well. The internet would literally collapse. Jason Lee is still a critic, despite the juicy rumors of a reconciliation. He has also criticized Nicki's strange obsessions and divisive remarks as recently as early 2026, demonstrating that even if they may have a common adversary in Rock Nation, he isn't quite a barb yet. However, there is a chance that the purported truce is real. Guys, I'm not sure. Personally, I don't believe that we are yet friends. However, do share your thoughts in the space provided below regarding the purported Nicki-Jason alliance against Jay-Z.